Okay, we're back from pause. We did an electronic line locate and found a cleanout buried under a bunch of pine needles out on the side of the garage just beyond the little walkway there. We'll expose it so you can see it. Just to identify it, I stuck a tape measure, which is what that yellow ribbon is right there, down the cleanout riser. And now we're going down the hill, very steep, and just a foot or two more, and we'll be back into the where it starts the clay pipe, which is just beyond the pine tree that's on the edge of the path on the side of the garage. It's a pretty hard push, but I managed to get the camera through that very broken section where the cast iron and the clay pipe meet. Now we've got a bunch of muck on the lens. I'm going to pause a minute, run some water down the line, see if I can clean the lens off. We've been running the kitchen sink, so we're going to try to just wash the lens off a little bit so there's not as much muck, and see if we can get a better view of the line. Looks as if it might have just actually gotten worse here. We cleared the lens as best we could. We're going to shut off the water, let the water run down. We'll pause for a minute. We got most of the water out. We're going to continue on down the line. Very mucky clay pipeline once we pass that root mass. We'll continue down. We might get a better view here in a minute once we get the lens clear again. I'm still trying to get the lens clear. We may have to pull this out and push through again. Here we are. We actually made it into the main line, and there was a little more water in there, and so we got the lens cleared off, and we're pulling back. The main is in the middle of the street. This is the connection where it goes from the house lateral out into the street and connects to the much larger main line. You can see that's a much bigger pipe that we've gone into. Now we're pulling back into the connection on the main, smaller pipe here, making a turn back. What we're going to do is we're going to continue this video in reverse all the way back until we come out, and we'll get a better view this way. This portion of the pipe is still out in the roadway. We'll be coming about 12 or 15 feet back until we're actually at the sidewalk and the curb. As clay pipe goes, this section here doesn't look too bad. No roots, no big offsets. lens is still a little mucky, but I can pretty much see what we're looking at. Right at this point, we've got some roots growing in a joint. We're going to pause right here and go do another electronic line locate. We're back from pause, and we did a locate of where this point is right here, and we are just behind the sidewalk at the bottom of the block retainer wall that goes from just behind the sidewalk straight up to the pine tree that's on the side of the garage. This section of pipe will be going into a turn here, and I'm sure it will be going almost straight up, and then back through that clean out where I've got the tape measure sticking down it so that we can identify where that is, and then back into the house. Everything that we looked at back up and underneath the house, original cast iron, looked pretty good. This is that very rough spot where it changed from clay pipe there to, which I can barely get the camera through, clay pipe here, and then we come up. Now we're just at where that pine tree is, and we're coming back into the cast iron pipe right here, and then we should be seeing the yellow tape measure here in a second, which is on the house side of the pine tree, right at the base of the pine tree. Yeah, there's our tape measure. We've got it pushed a few feet down the line, and then right there is where the clean out goes straight up to the surface. So now we're back on the pathway between the pine tree and the side of the garage, and we should be coming back into the house pipe that goes right back up underneath the house. We saw no issues in any of this pipe, so we're just going to pull all the way back out, go right to the come out the toilet flange here. At this point, end of video.